This world is full of images. Images, yes, in the literal sense, but also metaphorical images of how we see ourselves. Taking all the beauty in and around us and condensing it down into an incomplete snapshot. A mere frame of what it truly was. We point the lens toward ourselves, others, and God, and with one click we've narrowed the truth down to a flimsy facade, into snapshots like this. I get lost in the do's and don'ts, all of the he will and she won'ts, playing this game of holier than thou, raising my hands for others to see my brightness, in the hope that they raise their hands as one uniform crowd, but only so I have somewhere to surf as they praise me for my so-called righteousness. Praise for doing right, to the point where I lose sight of what love truly is. Self-sacrifice for another. That's where the second snapshot comes into play. Love is lifting others up as we put our own pride away. You see, we try and put on our best smile in the hope that that will fill our karma jar for a while, as if we're all on some sort of giant scale. Thinking that love looks clean and like it's never been used, when in reality the face behind the most selfless act in history was beaten and bruised. Yeah, you caught me, I'm talking about Christ. While we take selfies of us doing good just to get a few likes, he set the example of truly selfless sacrifice. I agree that love is hard, but it's easy to understand. Though it may not be what's best for you, all it takes is an outstretched hand. Though we may not have all seen a situation where a soldier jumps on a grenade for a brother, we have all seen a situation where there's a child with a full stomach due to the hunger of the mother. We see the world's example and define love based on their lies, when what we truly need is love for others through the view of the inventor of love's eyes. Which brings us to God, and therefore snapshot 3. I try and frame God in my Instagram mindset, taking all he is, trying to crop it, but worse yet, taking the new snapshot and shoving it in my pocket, hiding the chance to see his true plan, and then I go and drop it down on this earth, this dirty earth, this earth filled with people just as messed up as I. You see, his plan for us is to have right relationship with him, but we get so caught up in our own circumstances that we then only focus on what's grim. I look at myself and I see that I am lonely, wounded, tired, and arrogant even through that struggle. But then I see God and know that he is my friend, healer, energizer, and the one that lifts me up if I am humble. Now that I've opened up to you, there's something I'm going to have to ask you for. We've come to a point where I ask for a bit of assistance, because I look up at God and then myself and I see distance. So I reach up in an attempt to close it, but then the solution is so much simpler to everyone else who already knows it. Remember to love each and every one of us, leaving all the worry of righteous acts in our dust. With accountability for and from each other, we can leave those snapshots behind. Instead, we'll turn them into a panorama of a world where love is so easy to find.